All right, guys, we got this 2011 Honda Odyssey, and every time you turn the key on or start the vehicle, you hear a loud clunking noise, and this wiper is seized up. These motors, I don't know if it's the motor itself seizes up or what, or if it's just maybe underneath it here. If it just gets all crusty, we're gonna find out. But you can see it's stuck in this position, so we're gonna show you how to we can test for that, and also how to remove and replace it. So some of the basic tools that you're going to need are a 10mm socket. There's a nut that's underneath of the cover. Also a 23mm socket for the main nut that secures the rubber bushing in between the glass there. And you'll need a trim tool and maybe one of these. There's a bunch of plastic clips that hold the inner panel on, and sometimes they like to stay stuck in the metal. So this is a tool from Lyle. A bunch of different companies make them, but this one I find works really well for import vehicles. So first thing that we're going to need to do in order to access our wiper motor is remove all these trim panels. So we will start with this one up here, and then we are going to remove these ones, and then finally this one. So I'll see if I can just pop this off. Simple as that. You can see we've got 4 clips, and then there's a couple teeth on the end. Now we're going to just go ahead and remove these ones. Okay, now it says in the instruction manual that we need to disengage 2 clips that are up here. Now this model does not have the power close function, but if yours does, there'll be a button right here, and there'll be a plug on the other side of that. So I'm just going to try to use maybe this trim tool. See if I can sneak in there. Don't give you much room. There we go. So yeah, just 2 right there and right there. Like I say, yours may have a button on there, and there'll be a plug that you just disconnect. Now that we've got that off, we can just remove it. It's just clips from here on out, so there's no more screws or anything.
Half them already off.
Yeah. And you can see that that latch assembly back here slides through this hole. So just slide it up and over, don't pull it directly down. Yeah, a bunch of these clips, and surprisingly, these ones look like they all stayed intact. Like I say, a lot of times they'll get stuck in the they'll stay stuck in the body itself, and that's where that red trim tool comes in handy. Okay, so now that we've got that all done, we can move on to testing procedure. So you can see we got a 4-pin plug right here. Looks like we utilized 3 wires. Basic test, we just use a test light. We'll jump it across from our power feed to ground, and we should be able to actuate the wiper motor using the switch and watch that test light come on and off as the wiper motor would be engaged and disengaged. So we just need to disconnect. First of all, disconnect our plug. So I'm just gonna go grab a light here. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to disconnect this clip right here. It can be a real pain, but basically you can see there's like a bridge. It looks like the letter H. Now, the retention portion of the clear connector is sitting right in here. So what we need to do is we need to take a tool like this. You could probably also use like a pick if it's small enough, but you're gonna stick it down in that hole like so, and you wanna wedge it in between the bridge and that portion of the connector without breaking it. And it's a real pain. It's already got a crack in it too. All right, so now we're just going to take off this rear wiper. This is supposed to just pop off. Just trying to be careful because plastic gets brittle over time and break it. So yeah, we just got a couple little ears that are on the inside of there. So spread that apart a little bit, get it off. We got a 10mm nut that we got to take off. And then our wiper comes off. And this might be a little tricky. They like to get stuck on the splines. Yeah, we actually got the motor and the wiper arm because a lot of times like these just don't like to come off.
Want to use the pry tool?
Not really.
Oh,
I don't want to break the glass.
Yeah.
Might just cut it off.
Wiper puller?
Actually, yeah. I got a thumb. So I totally forgot that I bought one of these wiper pullers, which is sweet because now I need it. And we're gonna try this thing out and see. Oh yeah, that was magic. Okay, so now we got this thing off. We can now remove, yeah, there's a little cover, rubber cover, and underneath of that cover you'll find that there's a 23mm nut. So 24 might work, it'll still grab, but 23 is the magic number. I don't know why they made it 23. It's just a weird socket that doesn't come in anybody's set, so you know, have fun finding one. Surprised that came off. Okay. Now, there's also another washer right here. Okay, and then we have a rubber grommet. So the rubber grommet can stay, and we can change that out if it's damaged, or you can leave it, up to you. But that whole wiper, this threaded portion is part of the housing. And then there's an inner section of the, sorry, there's a washer on the back is what I meant to say. So we'll open this up, take our 3 10mm screws out, and we're gonna get this thing out of here. Now you may not have these screws with your new motor. I don't know if new ones or refurbished ones come with screws. But we got one from the wrecking yard and it only came with one screw. So there we go. We got this thing out now. I think what happens is inside of here, corrosion gets in there and it actually seizes up the shaft and the shaft can't spin. And I'm guessing the motor and stuff still works. It probably, I bet you it's just seized in there. So for you handymen out there that want to try to like fix it without replacing it, might be able to like take this apart. We might make a video on that, I don't know. But
take the grommets out.
Right, yeah, so the grommets, they got to come out. The steel portions just pop out. Oops, and then you drop it down the drain. And then, so once you get that off, then the rubber will come out. Just remember the orientation in which these grommets go in there. You can see there's like a flat side and a tapered side, I suppose. So the flat side will be facing towards you when it's installed. All right, so we've got everything transferred over. You can see there's the washer I was talking about that's on the other side. It's still stuck to the grommet. So that grommet, we're just gonna leave it in there. It looks like it's still fine. And yeah, we'll get this thing installed here. We'll get these screws started. Looks like this is a little bent. We're gonna have to bend that. Okay, so what we did was actually just swap the backing plate. Whoever took the wiper motor out of the donor car, they bent the arm, like these 3 mounting arms, pretty bad. So rather than spend a bunch of time trying to bend it back and make it sit right, we just swapped out the plate. All we have to do is remove the 4 Phillips screws here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm just gonna snug these down. These mounting bolts get torqued to 9.4 Newton meters. So if you want to torque those down, now's the time to do it. And plug that thing in, clip. And yeah, what you might want to do is finish the outside first, and then we can turn it on and confirm that everything works right before we go ahead and put all our trim panels back on. So let's just do that right now. I think we got there's a couple pieces that we need there.
Got a big knot.
Do you have the arm? Okay, so before I install this arm, what I'm going to do is just cycle the wiper so that it comes back and sits in its resting position, and that way it's not currently sitting halfway through the stroke or something like that, and you install it. All of a sudden the wiper arm does one of these down here. So
Go. Yep.
okay, so we got to take the cover off of this one. Start with this. So do you remember which way it goes?
That way.
Or does it go on this way?
No, the way you had it.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. We've got to put this piece on first, so we can see the shiny side. It's going to go towards the rubber. Then we got our nut, our 23mm nut. That nut gets torqued down to 8.4 Newton meters. And then, oh, sheesh. Scratch the paint there. I'm just gonna hand tighten it like that for now. Then that thing goes on. Then this guy goes on. And this nut. This 10mm nut that holds the arm on, 9.4 Newton meters. We have our participant dog here in the back. He's just making sure that everything's looking cool on the inside. Grab our wiper here. Make sure it goes on the right way. Just like that. Boom. Now I'm just gonna go turn it on. Okay. Whoops. That was like barely anything. I'm leaving it at that. Gotta loosen this off first. Okay. Whoops.
Does that feel too tight or no?
I don't know, I can bottom out on the washer.
It's 9.
Okay, so those ones are on. That's good to go. And we'll just hook that other one. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this dielectric grease around where this seal is, because I don't want corrosion building up and rust building up and doing the same thing. It's one of those preventative things where if you know the car good enough, you would almost do this like as soon as you buy the car brand new. Like if you know this was gonna be an issue down the road, you would like take it apart and just do this as preventative maintenance so that it never seizes.
That's where it was. I think you turn off the car a bit early.
I don't trust that. I'm just gonna leave it like that. It's close, but I don't trust it.
Seems a bit tight for a small nut.
Yeah.
Tougher.
Yep. Let's see, probably this one. Okay, cool. Now I gotta do interior trim. We zip tie that now. All right, we got our panel here. Looks like that's as good as it's getting.
Yeah, it's always been loose.
Then we got this piece. Boom, just like that. A couple side pieces. Same thing, watch the clips, make sure they're looking good and they're not like half slid out. And this one's gonna go here. Installation's always so much easier. Fit and finish looks good. All our little tabs are pressed in, and then we got our final panel here. Once again, making sure that all of our clips line up, looking good. All right, I'm happy with that. I guess that's pretty much it for the video. If you got any questions, throw them down in the comments below. I hope this video helped you. If you like these kind of videos and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, because we have like over 800 videos on all kinds of different vehicles. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.